You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, what up, everybody? So, as y'all tap on in, like, share, and subscribe. I got some breaking news for you guys in this Carmelo Anthony trial. Carmelo Anthony, uh, he didn't get the biggest break he needed, but he definitely just got a major break. And we'll see if this pans over to the judge. He just got a major break, man. He didn't get the biggest break, but he got a major break. I'm finna let y'all know what happened right now. Matter of fact, let me put this on the screen. Y'all smash the like button, share the video, like the video. Appreciate all you guys. I told you guys, I've never felt like Carmelo Anthony intended to take the life of Austin Metcalf. I thought that was just insane to believe that he intended to take that boy's life. I don't believe that he intended to do it, but I don't also think you have to lie in order to prove that he didn't intend to take that man's life. Now, the judge has ruled this morning, just now, about 15 minutes ago, the judge has just ruled that Carmelo Anthony, uh, he has just ruled that he uh, is eligible for manslaughter, which is a much lesser sentence, which goes from 2 to 20 years. So this is all going to come down to if the jury feels like, if the jury is not sold that he, see, here's the thing. The cop going in and saying what he said, that could help Carmelo a lot. This changes everything from last night. Because last night, man, I didn't know if the judge was going to be able to, I didn't think the judge was going to do this. But he did lower the manslaughter. Now, he could have lowered it even more. You understand? But he lowered it to where the manslaughter is on the table now. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. And they're not hiding the video. Everybody keeps saying they're hiding the video. They're not hiding the video. I have evidence about this situation. This guy, again, as I tell you, he's a liar, and he got exposed. This video he put up, right? He is a liar. First of all, he is not a high school staff member, and he is a convicted sex offender. Now, he claimed that he had an email. Let's talk about that real quick. The email that he had, he indeed did have an email. That email was a request of the said service, right, to see the video. But guess what, you guys? The video footage that he saw wasn't the video footage that you guys thought. And I'm about to show y'all right now. He lied about the video footage he saw. The video footage he saw is the same video footage that everybody else saw that lied about it inside of that courthouse. I mean, not inside the courthouse, inside. He requested that video, and I'm finna show y'all. Hold on one second, you guys. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Just give me 1 second. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about right here. All right. Show y'all what I'm talking about. All right. Put this on the screen for y'all. Hold on. Am I sharing my screen? No, I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on, y'all. To the person who said they're hiding the video, they're not hiding the video. It's a lie. They're not hiding the video. Bro, you can't hide the video from evidence of Carmelo. Ain't no average Tom, Dick, or Harry going to be able to see the video, but not Carmelo Anthony's team. Now, he did request to see the video, and that is allowable under the law, under Texas law. But check it out, y'all. The video he said was a complete lie. He saw the same video they showed in court, and I'm about to show y'all this right now. That dude's a stone cold liar. Hold on, you guys. Let me make sure I put this on the screen for y'all. Hold on. Did I pull this out? Oh, shucks. My bad, y'all. I didn't share the screen. Let me share the screen. Here we go. I'm finna show y'all this right now. Share the screen for y'all. All right. Are y'all seeing this now? Oh, hold on. Let me take this down. So I just took down the email, you guys, as y'all all see right there. Now, on the screen, it tells you about this said email. As you see, the video reference in the Frisco ISD email is surveillance footage from the Kai Kendall Stadium captured on April the 2nd, 2025, during the track meet where Austin Metcalf was fatally stabbed. Key details about that video. The source, the Frisco ISD Stadium security cameras, multiple angles provided, typically 5 different views. Content. It shows events before, during, and after the altercation and near a team tent, often described as a yellow tent in the bleachers near the 50-yard line. The wide angle, distant views of the stadium, movements inside and around the tent, quick movements consistent with the confrontation and stabbing. Anthony exiting the tent area afterwards, running and being apprehended by you know who, and the police response and Metcalf's condition post incident. Quality. Here it is right here. Described as grainy. This is the quality. Described as grainy or fuzzy due to the distance and wide angle nature. In court, forensic analysis enhanced zoomed versions for the jury using software, magnification, and brightness filters, but the raw footage remains limited. No audio. Also, availability. So the person said my mic game. My bad. I had my mic far away from me. My bad, y'all. I had my mic far away from me. Should be better now. My bad. I'm glad you said it about the mic. My mic is great. I'm actually in the studio right now, so I know my mic is great. I just had it far away from me. My fault. So it says availability, not publicly released in full due to privacy laws, right? Publicly released, right? Meaning to the general public, right? Involves much and sensitive content. Frisco ISD. Now, see, this is where this guy lied to y'all and trick y'all. I'm about to show y'all this right now. Frisco ISD allows the viewing under strict conditions via Public Information Act request, often in person or controlled access, but does not distribute copies. Media outlets and individuals like Turner have viewed it this way. Morris Dwayne Turner requested and viewed this specific footage through a PIA request, as confirmed by the email screenshot. His public claims about what it shows, multiple people jumping Anthony, differ from prosecution descriptions in court testimony, but the video itself is the official stadium surveillance record of the incident. The footage has been a central piece of evidence in the ongoing trial. The video he saw is not 4K. It's not secret video. It's not secret video. There is no secret video. He lied. He used the fact that he had this email where he requested to see that video to come out and lie. And he got exposed. When they posted this on X, he instantly they added the reader context. He was exposed for who he really is. Right? Now, let's talk about this situation with the manslaughter. And I'm going to get back to this clown. So, the judge has just ruled, you guys, that the jury can convict of a lesser charge of manslaughter. So, that changes everything for Karmelo Anthony. Because now that takes him from being 5 to 99 years in prison to between 2 and 20. Right? So that changes everything. So Karmelo Anthony, let's say he gets charged with manslaughter. The judge can say, okay, I'm going to give you 10 years. Right? He get out in 8. Right? On a manslaughter charge. Right? That's better than being charged with first-degree murder and having to do 99 years of life in prison. And I'm going to tell y'all why. To the person who said whose side I'm on the side of truth. I'm on the side of God. I don't think Karmelo Anthony intentionally meant to unalive that dude. What happens is this. If you watch different cases, for example, if you watch the NBA basketball player's case, right? Back in the day for the New Jersey Nets, there was an NBA basketball player. He had a case, right, where he was being charged with first-degree murder, right? He was being charged with first-degree murder, right? He played for the New Jersey Nets. Think about this. He ended up getting charged with manslaughter and got lesser time because what the manslaughter does is say basically you didn't intend to kill this person. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't intend to kill this person. Me personally, I'm thinking realistically based off of everything Karmelo Anthony has stacked against him. So when a person asks me whose side am I on, I'm on the side of truth. I'm on the side of honor. I'm on the side of God, period. I'm not on the side of foolishness. I'm not on the side of the devil. I'm not on the side of demonic activity. I believe that Austin, Metcalf, you understand what I'm saying? Those guys approached that boy, and I believe that Carmelo Anthony is a good student. I believe Carmelo Anthony is not a violent student. I don't believe Carmelo Anthony's a thug. I don't believe Carmelo Anthony's a gangster. I don't believe Carmelo Anthony's a troublemaker. I believe Carmelo Anthony made a mistake, which is what kids make every single day at school. You have a knife. Well, it's easy to know why these kids bring a knife or bring protection to school, because a lot of them do it and you don't know it. Your kids may do it and you don't know it because of the bullying tactics, the different things that go on at the school that I've showed you guys on this channel, and I will continue to show you guys on this channel. What are you talking about, Ticket? Well, I'm talking about this right here. This type of stuff right here that I've shown y'all. And I can't press play, but I showed y'all this. You see this? So when people say, well, why are your kid? Why would they even have a knife at school? This is why. When you got 10 kids in a bathroom, 10 of them blocking the door, 2 of them outside blocking the door, and kids in the bathroom getting jumped on, beat up, ganged up on, what you think a kid gonna do? What you think? You think kids ain't gonna hold their protection on them? Everybody ain't trying to do that. So this is my point to people. A lie doesn't even have to be pushed to get this case. That's my point to everybody. My point to everybody is the truth stand on its own merits in this case. On its own merits, the truth stand on its own merits in this case. Right? Think about what I just said. The truth stand on its own merits. So that's why I said, when they lied about that video, you don't have to lie about no video. You have to lie about no video. When they ask you, well, why did Carmelo Anthony have a knife? Bro, do y'all not see all the stuff that goes on at these schools every single day? The teachers don't have no control over this situation. Obviously, the coaches ain't have no control. Ain't nobody asked about the coaches. Think about this. This whole trial, nobody asked about the responsibility of the coaches, the staff, the medical staff, none of those people that was on the scene. They didn't ask about any of that stuff. I have a problem with that. Right? And this is the type of stuff you see going on, but the parents don't know this. They don't know that their kids be involved in a lot of this stuff. So when they ask a question, which is why I don't like what Carmelo Anthony's lawyers did, period. Carmelo Anthony's lawyers should have dug all the way in this case and said, well, we need to ask, what's the reason why he had a knife on him? And I can show you numerous situations in schools where it's bullying tactics that's going on with these kids. Where these kids are getting ganged up on in the bathroom. Kids are surrounding the door. Kids are sitting there videoing it, watching these kids getting beat up and pounded out around these schools. And some people ain't fighters. They can't defend themselves, so they get scared. They carry things on them. All these type of things should have been presented in the court, period. And to the person who said I'm making excuses for illegal weapons, I'm not making excuses for illegal weapons. You need to understand the reality of America. In America, over 200,000 students every month take illegal weapons to school because of bullying tactics. But they don't tell y'all this. They don't tell y'all this. They don't tell y'all this. They don't tell y'all that over 200,000 students in the high school system a month in the United States of America take a knife, a gun, or a weapon to school because they're being bullied. They won't tell y'all this. They won't put out real information to y'all. They'll just say, oh, why would he need a knife? Because that's why I showed y'all this on my podcast show. I actually showed y'all a whole bunch of examples, videos without, and this is not making an excuse. This is honest to God truth. See, you say it's making an excuse until your kid comes home with his head beaten open. See what I'm saying? And I've showed actual proof of this. I've showed proof of this. So let's not say that, sir. Let's not say that. Were you making that same example when George Zimmerman used deadly force on a kid who was unarmed? To the brother in the comment section, did you use that same example? Your name is Blacklist Kennels TV. Blacklist Kennels TV. Did you use that same excuse when George Zimmerman went and unalived an unarmed kid? Did you use the same excuse? I'm asking you a question. All right, then. If you didn't use that same excuse, I don't want to hear from you. I'm telling you right now, sir, I can show you hundreds of examples. Matter of fact, let me hold on. Let me show. I can show you better than I can tell you. Let me show you. Matter of fact, I can show you better than I can tell you, dog. I can show you better than I can tell you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all. I'm finna show y'all. I'm finna show y'all. See, when you live in truth, you don't have to live in a lie. I'm going to say it again. When you live in truth, you don't have to live in a lie. Now, do y'all see this? Do y'all see this on y'all screen? Let me know in the comments if y'all see this on the screen. Do y'all see this on the screen? This is the reason why kids take weapons to school. I ain't even going to press play. I showed you on the podcast show, the full videos. But they asked, well, why do these kids take weapons? Because look at this shit. Because you have all these other kids that's huddled around. Look at this one kid. Kids got masks on. Kids got all this stuff. The Pooh Shiesty mask on. All these things at school. At school. Now look at this, right? And there's no teacher, no leadership, no guidance around. So you can go into the bathroom to use the bathroom, and the next thing you know, you're surrounded. Doors blocked. No way out. And y'all asking these questions. And some of y'all kids out here taking weapons to school and you don't even know it. So that's what I'm telling you. You have to ask a question to yourself. If a person has never been in trouble with the law, like Karmelo, if you've never been suspended, like Karmelo, if you've never been expelled, like Karmelo, if you don't cause problems, like Karmelo, if you're a straight A student, like Karmelo, why is nobody asking, why did this guy need a knife at school? They're not asking the real questions. They're not asking, hey, man, were you bullied? What happened? But I'm sure I can show you a million examples every single day, a million of why it's necessary. I can show it to you. And it won't even be a question. I can show it to you. Look at the kids in there recording. You got kids in there recording versus trying to break this stuff up. You got kids blocking the doors to these bathrooms. So you go to the bathroom between class, and then a bully comes in, and then 10 other people come in, close the door, block the door, and then everybody's recording. Come on, man. And some of these kids ain't built to fight. What do you think they're supposed to do? Right? So the staff, they don't have any control of these situations. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. So this is the reason why you have over 200,000 high school students a month taking a knife or a gun to school. A month. Look at that stat, y'all. Over 200,000 a month. And they talking about, I mean, why does Karmelo Anthony, bro? Over 200,000 a month. This is all the stuff that Karmelo Anthony's lawyers never brought to the case. I don't know why they didn't bring this information up. I'd have been so upset. They should have brought all this information to the forefront. All these statistics. When they ask these questions, listen, we're not saying that it was right, but we're telling you why. Listen to what I tell y'all. And to the person who says, I said, thou shalt not kill. I said he made a mistake. So to the person who said, don't put words in my mouth. I said, this is the reason why they take weapons to school. Listen to what I said. Don't put words in my mouth. Never put words in my mouth. And like I said, I can show you a billion examples I can show you of what I'm talking about. And it ain't even close. It ain't even close. It ain't even close. I can show you a billion examples. A billion examples. Listen, and I'm telling y'all this. And it's on everything I love. This on everything I love. And look at this. And this is the foolishness. Hold on, you guys. Let me see. Let me make sure I get this back up. This is the foolishness I'm telling y'all about. Hold on. Make sure I get this up. Hold on, you guys. I'll put this on here for y'all. This is the foolishness I'm telling y'all all about. Hold on. Give me 1 second, you guys. Give me 1 second, chat. Right? Because I got to show something. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. See that on your screen? This happens every day. I can show you 100 videos like this. 100 videos. 100 videos. Now, what do you do when you go into a bathroom? You're a girl. And now the girl, she busted out crying when she got beat. They jumped this girl. She not even a fighter. She didn't even try to fight this girl back. That girl jumped on her ass like that. Now look at all the other people. Look at the girl on top of the bathroom stall. Look at the other hand in the bathroom showing a camera. This is what y'all kids is doing in the school system. And they're gonna come talk about, so why Karmelo got a knife? This is the reason why. People, you don't have to tell no lie about no video. This is the reason why, right here. So when they ask these questions, let's not play stupid. That's why I told y'all, dudes ain't got to lie about no video and you seen this, seen it. No. All you got to do is show the actual statistics. If I was his lawyer, I'd have showed all these different videos in court. And when they say, well, why did he have a knife? He's a great student. This is why. When you have to deal with these type of hooligans and this type of bullshit every day in school, this is the reason why students do this. When the teachers don't have no control, where was the leaders of the group? Why didn't anybody go get a lead? If they wanted him to leave, why didn't they go get the coach? Think about this. Nobody wants to talk about this stuff. They should have let everything hang in this case. And I tell y'all this. So she comes in the locker room during school. Now look at the clothes she got on. Look at the clothes this girl got on during school. This is during school. Listen what I'm trying to tell y'all. And you're going to attack this other girl who said, she just started beating the girl for no reason. Girl ain't even hit her back, man. Girl just started crying like, why you do that to me? I can't even show this video on YouTube. But I showed it to all this stuff on my podcast show for y'all. Right? The diabolical work. I have content, you guys, where it's a guy who went into another person's class. He went into another guy's class, and somebody was behind him. They knew he was going into the class, and they went behind him with the camera, y'all. It don't make no sense whatsoever. No, whatsoever. It don't make no sense. Just went right behind him and started beating on the kid, and the teacher didn't do nothing. Teacher didn't do a daggone thing. And the students didn't do nothing. And y'all wondering why the teacher can't break it up? I mean, it's diabolical work. It's that, and y'all ask these questions. I'm finna show y'all this. Because the people need to understand, man. It's real out here in the field, man. Hold on, let me put this back on the screen. I don't know why I keep going down. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all for real. And they ask these questions. They don't come ask these questions. Hey, man, why ticket? Why do you need this ticket? I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why. Right? Hold on. The devil's work. The devil's work being done in the class. Now, y'all wonder why these kids feel like they need protection. Look at this stuff that's going on in the class, man. And the teachers have no control. This guy came in from a whole different class into a whole different class and jumped on this boy sitting down. Come on, man. And y'all asking a dumbass question. Hey, man, why are they taking this? Bro, this is the reason why. And I showed y'all the full video. All you got to do is go subscribe to my podcast show. You're going to see the full video. And I break this all down. And that's why I told y'all I'm disappointed in Karmelo's lawyer. His lawyer should have laid all this out in court to show all these different examples of things that happened. And then you correlated to say, well, where was the leadership? Where was the leadership? Where was the coaches at to break this situation up? Even in school, y'all see how the teacher's not breaking this stuff up. They can't break any of this up. So to the person who says it's irrelevant, no, it's very relevant. It's very relevant to the reason to ask why he had a knife. Because while everybody's saying that, you never know if your kids got a knife in school. See, a lot of y'all not checking your kids. See, a lot of y'all on here talking, and you not checking what's going on with your kids at school. See, it could be your kids carrying a weapon to school. And the only reason you find out is that day you get that call from that principal's office. Let me repeat myself again. Now, to the person who said fix your own cultural problems, sir, I know you don't want to be talking because I have, I come with extra clips, sir. I know you don't want to be talking, sir. I have extra. See, let's not do that, sir, because what I can do is, sir, I can come and show you the white on white crime too. And I've already showed you this, but I can show you that even more, sir. Let's not do this, sir. Let's not do this. I know you don't want to do this with me. I know you don't want to do this with me because this ain't just with black students, sir. See, when dudes like that come in the comment section and say crazy stuff like that dude just said, you know what I do? I turn up. I turn up. Let me show y'all this. I turn up. That's what I do. I turn up. Now, since you said this is a culture thing, Well, what culture is that? That's two white fellas right there. Now he walks up to this guy that's sitting down eating lunch, minding his own business with his book bag on, and punches him in the face 5 times, 5 straight times, before that guy can even retaliate. Hard. So what are you talking about, man, in the comment section? So when you ask a question to why these kids take things like that to school to protect themselves, this is why on your screen. This is why. This is why. And I didn't even show you the part where he hitting that boy. And that boy sitting down minding his own business. Now, don't make me do it. So while you saying that and you trying to make this just a black thing, I'm telling you, don't nobody got to come out here and push no lie with that weirdo about no videos with Karmelo Anthony. All we got to do is stand on the truth. And the truth is that the kids take weapons to school all the time for protection from this type of shit that goes on every day. And think about this, y'all. When your kid cannot count on the teachers to protect them, when your kids, think about this, y'all, the kids in the school, how many of them can even count on the police officers to protect them from school shooting? Come on, man. How many times have y'all seen that school shootings go down and it's always late that the police is reacting? So they can't even guarantee the protection of your kids at school. Think about what I just said now. You have parents that don't know all this stuff that's going on in school. And the teachers can't control it. They don't have the teachers that can control this stuff no more. I can show you almost 10 hours of these situations going on in schools. And guess what the kids are doing? Grabbing cameras and recording. They ain't even helping. Just grabbing cameras and recording it. They're not even helping. Putting it up on social media. Watch, and then once something happened that's serious and somebody lose their life, now everybody crying, act like they don't know what happened. No, everybody that egged that shit on should be suspended and expelled. Ask why the coaches did not get fired from those teams that was not on duty. Shouldn't the coach be with their team? The question should have been, why wasn't the coach with the team? Why wasn't the coach with the team? Why wasn't the coach called on either side? Kids should not be allowed to solve conflicts with other kids. Not in a school setting. And I told y'all this. This is what they do, man. If you look at all these situations, all the kids don't sit around and watch. Ain't nobody out there trying to break that shit up, man. So if a kid getting jumped or he getting beat up on, he getting bullied, what you think he's supposed to do if he can't fight? Right? That's why you have to take Karmelo Anthony's history into context, which is he has no gangs, no violence, none of this stuff in his history. A- student, a straight A student. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And to the person I said, there's white people fault. I never said that. You said, you tried to put it in a box and say, oh, well, y'all need to control y'all. No. This is a thing that's happening all across the board. That's my point. This is a situation that's happening all across the board. So here you have a white kid that's sitting right here minding his business, eat at lunch, and the dude walks up to him and punches him in the face 5 times. What's he supposed to do? What's he supposed to do? Especially if your kid is not a fighter. What if this always happens? Your kid gets bullied at lunch money taken every day. And then one day he just get tired and retaliate. He don't even tell you. He's ashamed to tell you. He's scared to tell you. He's scared to snitch because he don't want to get beat up. So one day he gets tired and says, you know what, man, I'm going to take some protection up here, man. You're not going to keep breaking me spiritually, emotionally, mentally. This is the reason why you need to ask about the staff and the people that are supposed to be in control. How would this situations even happening if you're supposed to have staff on duty in the lunch times? What is the staff doing in between classes? Why aren't staff patrolling the bathrooms in between classes and after school? Why aren't they patrolling the hallways? How can students go in other students' class and beat up another student in a different class, and nobody breaks up nothing? Right? And to the person who says, are all the kids? No, I'm telling you that 200,000 high school students per month in the United States of America take a weapon to school. Let me repeat myself. Y'all can look this up yourself. Over 200,000 high school students that are bullied take weapons to school every month. Every month. And that's not black, white, that's everybody. Right? Because white kids can get bullied too. But y'all don't want to talk about this. The teachers ain't trying to be involved in this shit and break this shit up. That's the part y'all understanding. So if a kid get jumped on, he can't rely on that 40, 50-year-old teacher to break it up. So what is he supposed to do? What is your kid supposed to do if he getting his ass whooped on all the time by 4 or 5 people? And the teacher's too old, they can't break it up. The students is laughing, filming this shit. Think about what I'm saying. Right? And to the person who said teachers aren't paid to break it up, teachers are paid to control the class. Your teacher is paid to control the classroom. And guess what? If something happens in class, the teachers are supposed to contact immediately the proper authorities to come handle the situation. A lot of these teachers ain't even moving fast. They just standing around watching. I can show you hours of situations. Hours of situations. Period. Ain't no sue for intervening. When you're a teacher, you can legally break up a fight. You legally can break up a fight between students in your class when you're a teacher. Listen to what I'm saying. Right? And if you're an older teacher and a female, all you have to do is pick up your walkie-talkie or your radio and call the office and say, hey, we got a situation down here. And tell the other kids to help break it up. The other kids are not helping break it up. They're watching it. They're filming it. They're egging this shit on. This is what I'm telling y'all. And then guess what happens? When the worst happens, then everybody act like, oh, they ain't had nothing to do with it. Come on, man. And y'all asking the question of why these kids taking weapons to school. They don't feel like they have any protection. Period. And it's sad. It's sad. And to the person at school have security, and the security don't be doing their jobs. The schools have security, and you still be having fights going on every single day. With security. You still have fights going on every single day with security. Think about what I just said to y'all. So all this stuff I'm showing y'all, this ain't nothing new, man. This ain't nothing new. Like I said, I got hours of this stuff. And I put this stuff up on the podcast so y'all can see it. I literally put it up on my podcast so y'all can see this foolishness that's going on. This happened at graduation. All these things, man. All these things. I can show y'all. It's so many bad examples, man. So many bad examples, man. It's sad, yo. And I can show y'all. These dudes getting into it, and the teacher's not doing nothing, man. Teacher's not doing nothing, man. Hold on. Let me put this back on the screen. I don't know why I took that down. I got to figure that out. I'm going to show y'all this one. Oops. I'm going to show y'all this one. Where's John at? Right here. Now look at this one, you guys. Chat, look at this. Now look at this, chat. Hold on. Did I get it? Here we go, chat. Chat. Look at this, chat. This is what I'm talking about. This is in the class. Everybody watching. The teacher, she's standing right beside him, can't do nothing. Think about this. This is in the class, in the school, in class. So your kid go to class and can't even be protected. And they asking y'all, well, why are they taking the protection to school? Don't y'all understand that this stuff is real? Bullying is real. Ignorant fools who like this type of stuff is real. It's going on for real, for real. I'm showing y'all so many examples. I have so many examples. Period. Right? Think about that. You got a kid, you go to school, and you got to live like a savage in school. A savage in school. Look at this stuff. This is in the class. Do you not know how a student can get hurt if his head fall on the edge of one of those tables? Or the pointiness on one of those chairs that fell upside down? This is what I'm showing people. And all these are different schools I'm showing y'all. And the parents don't know all this stuff is going on. You don't know your kid is egging this stuff on. Y'all sitting over, a lot of y'all sitting over here talking shit about Karmelo Anthony, and your kid is at school helping bully somebody else. And you don't even know it. They one of the ones in the bathroom that's filming, that's holding the door, blocking this shit. They don't even know. No, that's two dudes. That's a dude with long hair beating up on another guy. So this is what I'm saying, that people don't understand this, bro. That's why I said that goofy ass dude ain't got to put no lie about no video and stuff, man. The merits on the truth prove itself already. You don't need no lie to have the truth out here. Right? But they have no control in these school settings no more. It ain't no control. It literally is no control. And that's my point to show y'all this. Do anybody in here think that the teachers have control in the classrooms now? Do any of y'all believe that? Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. They don't believe the teachers have control no more. Right? They don't believe that. Look at this, y'all. Look at the teacher right there. What you think she gonna do? Look at her. What is she gonna do? This type of stuff I'm telling y'all about. What is she gonna do, y'all? What's she gonna do? So you ask, why does a kid take a weapon to school? What is she gonna do to help this situation? When all the other students ain't doing nothing but sitting back laughing, recording this stuff. Come on, man. And they're gonna ask a question, well, why are they bringing this up? They ain't doing nothing. And guess what? If ain't nobody breaking it up, don't you know you can kill somebody with your hands? You continuously punching them in their head. You hit them in the temple, you hit them in the wrong place. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all this, man. Then you got teachers like this that can't even control the class. Haven't called security. Nobody else in the class breaking it up. She's incapable of breaking it up. And y'all ask, why would my kid take a weapon to school? This is why. So think about that. That's sad that this stuff can happen in a place of education all the time, and there's no control. They used to wait. Let me tell y'all something. We used to wait. If it was going to be a fight, everybody know this that grew up in my era. If you 35, 36 or older, you already know what I'm talking about. Bro, they used to wait till after school. You get after school, you get off at the bus stop, then it's on. Bro, they doing this shit in the classrooms now. Sometimes you might get an incident in the locker room, sometimes in the bathroom. But most of the time, after school, at the bus stop, outside of school somewhere. Now, man, they doing this shit in the class on a regular basis in the school. And you don't see nobody to break it up. And y'all asking, why is my kid bringing this? This is the reason why. How about the kid in New York that was 15 that went to the park and got beat up, punched on, shot, and killed just the other week at the basketball court? Think about what I'm saying. They're not talking to y'all about this stuff though. Right? Right? To the person who said manslaughter, you're not listening. The judge already ruled on it. The judge already ruled that manslaughter is on the table. Let me show you. The judge already ruled. Now, the judge could have went down lower, but he already ruled that manslaughter is on the table. The jury can convict of lesser charge of manslaughter, but not criminally neglect homicide. Now, the criminally neglected homicide would have been the least charge he could get, and that's under like 2 years. The manslaughter takes him from being in there for life and only maxes him out at 20 years. So it goes from 2 to 20 years of manslaughter, right? So Anthony's defense, it says attorney, has also objected to jury instructions not including criminal negligence homicide as a lesser charge that the jury could consider. Prosecutor Bill Worski argued that the criminally negligent homicide should not be an option for the jury because there is not any evidence in the record that the defendant was unaware that his actions could lead to death. That's another thing. And I'm going to tell y'all something. That's why I told you I don't like Karmelo Anthony's lawyers. His lawyers should have been arguing all this stuff. This is why you bring up everything in court. When you have a chance to present your side, they were supposed to be bringing experts, everything in there, bro. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? What is all the money being used for? You supposed to have bully experts, all this stuff. Right? You're supposed to have experts and people who would talk to Karmelo and who have analyzed Karmelo, all this. Right? This is what they should have did. They didn't do any of this. That's the problem I have with his team. Right? So when you look at this, like if the late great, if Johnny Cochran was alive, we'd have a whole different case. Johnny Cochran having everybody in there. The defense would have been out there for almost 2 weeks, calling witnesses, people who examined. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I can go down a whole list of things that they would have pulled up. Right? So basically, it says, in addition, in the last paragraph, it says, in addition to the murder charge, which is a first-degree felony, the jury will be able to consider convicting Anthony of the lesser, right, of the lesser manslaughter charge. According to Texas law, murder is when the defendant intentionally or knowingly causes the death of an individual, while manslaughter is when the defendant recklessly causes the death of an individual. Right? Right? And people who say they bought a new house, that's a lie. With the money, that's a lie. That's a lie. Y'all putting these lies out. The people who said in the comment section that he bought a new house with the money, that's a lie. Why lie? You don't have to lie. I told you, this is both sides. You don't have to lie to get your point off. You don't have to lie. You literally don't have to lie. Right? You don't have to lie. Right? It's sad people lying like this. And people just come out here just lying. I'm going to prove that right now too. Hold on. I seen that in the comment section. Hold on. I seen this in the comment section. Talking about they use the donation money to buy a new house. That's a lie. And I'm about to prove it right now. Hold on. I'm about to prove that right now. You guys, bro, why are y'all so hip on lying in here, man? I really want to know that, man. Why is y'all so hip on lying? It don't make no sense to me. Read your screen right there. Read your screen right there. That's a lie. No. I said, did Karmelo Anthony family use donation money to buy a new house? No. The family of Karmelo Anthony did not use donation money to buy a new house. Fact checkers like Snoops and local journalists confirmed that the viral claims accusing the family of buying a new luxury home, or vehicles using crowdfunded money are false. The real intentions behind the relocation, safety, and relocation. Following the incident and intense national media attention, the Anthony family faced severe online and local backlash, including targeted racist threats. The family acknowledged they intended to look into safer living arrangements, specifically renting a home in a secure, gated community rather than buying a house to protect their younger children. Y'all just lying in legal transparency. At the time the rumors peaked, the co-founder of Give Send Go, the platform hosting the Karmelo Anthony Help Fund, confirmed to news outlets like Fox News and TMZ that no funds had been withdrawn by the family from the campaign to make any such asset purchases. Stop lying. Did I tell y'all people just come out here lying for no reason on all sides? Just lying and shit. Oh, yeah, ticket. You know their family. You know they used the money to go buy a house. You're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. Yes, I'm triggered by cap, nigga. Period. I'm triggered by lies. I don't like people lying. I'd rather live out the truth. Period. Right? Y'all something else, man. Y'all something else, man. Right? That's crazy, bro. And people just lie like that. Just lie like that. So again, you know, this is a whole situation. Hold on, let me check something, you guys. Chat, let me check something. Oh, let me tell y'all about this liar. So, as I told y'all, back to this dude right here. This is a stone cold liar right here. This guy right here, man, this dude's a stone cold liar. So, he is one of the main ones that put out this lie. Now, let's listen, y'all.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people on this live. Then
Send me your email.
I will.
I'll send it on to you. You know, I've been doing this thing since last year.
Now.
Yeah.
I listen to. A lot of people don't know. I listen to everything. I heard something. You said from 4 people, a light bright and a dark.
Yes, sir.
What you mean by that? Light white or dark white?
One mix, one night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a black dude over there with them.
Yeah, 2.
It was a mix, and it was a brother.
Yeah, and I think
one more was a school thing.
I think one more supposed to be there, but he was suspended.
But it was like a school thing instead of like
it was. I'm gonna just say this. Let me just be real. It was more than just a school thing. It was a I don't like you thing.
Right. Okay.
One of them ran track with him, so he definitely liked him because they were beating each other, whatever. But another one actually knew of him.
Okay.
And he just happened to go to a memorial and be friends with the twins and all that. I don't like you.
Okay. So somebody else called one of the twins.
And that's the one that wasn't able to make it.
Right.
Yeah, because he made sure he told me I wasn't even there. We know you weren't there. You were suspended. And so at the end of the day, but there was a plan. And if you remember, if you look at TikTok, and I think they put it on Facebook as well, there was a photo showing the back of the canopy, and Karmelo was sitting in the grave, and it said 2 minutes before. That was that young man who took that picture 2 minutes before the fight.
Right.
And you can see him on the video entering into the canopy. He was coming in from this side to sit down. So when they came and they started arresting upon the little guy in the yellow poncho, they kept looking back. But when they started hitting them, they couldn't take it no more. So they just put their head down and stood there.
Okay.
But that little dude got back up and started filming. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah. And so that's the moment that we run into. And so that's why you had so much of a smear campaign on all kind of people saying this. They worry about folk backgrounds and all that. We worried about this boy right here that's in here because he's still a boy. You know, he's a grown man.
He's still a boy, right? Well, sir, as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be talking about boys, in my opinion. In my opinion, you shouldn't be talking about it. That's my humble opinion. That's my humble opinion. You shouldn't be talking about it. That's my humble opinion. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta check the people that's saying this stuff, man. Hey, people out here, man. This man is a convicted sex offender of a 13-year-old. They said that this man was putting hickeys on the neck. Come on, man. Let's not do this, bro. Let's not do this. See, I'm showing everybody stuff. Like I said before, man. You can't do this, man. You cannot do this. And then he was arrested again in 2025 because he failed to register as a lifetime convicted offender. Oh, yeah. The details is diabolical. They said this man drove 200 miles to go pick up this boy. And said when they found him, they found hickeys on his neck. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. And once again, I'll show y'all this stuff because it's true. Now look at him out here again. Capping. Look at him. All cap. Capathon. Let's see if this plays. Cap R's.
Can have money in their pocket and they won't testify. That's what these people have been doing. So it's just a moment to where at some point people need to understand that it's a little bit deeper. And that's why in the opening statements, he said what he said. You know, we're going to show you the video to show you that it wasn't just a touch and a whisper and all that. We're going to show you. We got the video. And so when you see the video, you're going to know they assaulted him and he had no other choice because guess what? We have no duty to retreat in Texas.
Right.
None. That boy retreated twice.
That's a lie. He didn't even say he retreated. He said he was sitting down. His lawyers know him said he retreated. This is what happens when you get people like this tell y'all lies. And then it spreads. He's one of the key people who started this lie.
He got beat up. The boy retreated. They pulled him back in.
So he actually got beat up.
Yeah, he got beat up. Yeah,
That's why he said he actually got beat up. Man, this dude right here, like I said before, man, this is a weasel.
But yeah, that boy's a lover, not a fighter. His own supervisor said that on TikTok from Foot Locker.
Yeah. Listen to him say that. He's a lover, not a... Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Are we really doing this? Are we really doing this?
Yeah, that boy scared of his own shout. And if you were in that courtroom, they said that the other day on Wednesday. Right. He was in there. He was shaking. That boy was nervous. And so at the end of the day, he's a kid.
So the video should tell the tale then, right?
It always have told the tale. But what they did not expect, they didn't expect that the community and other folks like myself and others would actually say, no, that's not right. So, I know you got a video because I knew that on the 3rd of April. So let me go see that. Let me go see what happened. So I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take the word of the people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court or are they trying not to?
They don't have no choice.
That's how you know he's lying. Right there. Did you hear that? Everybody who says ticket, man, he seen the video. Right there, he proved he lied to y'all. The video, let me explain this to y'all so y'all understand. This dude is diabolical. He is, y'all, this is how y'all know how smart I am. I thank God for giving me the wherewithal and the common sense that he gave me. I caught him in a lie right there. He showed everybody. Now, y'all got to follow me on this. Listen to what I'm saying. He showed everybody this lame-ass email to prove that he requested and saw that videotape. And guess what, y'all? He did. He requested and he saw the videotape from The Frisco ISD. You know what tape he saw? The same tape they played in court. The same tape that Nick at Night saw that was blurry, that nobody else could see anybody in that videotape to identify their faces. That's the tape he saw. He didn't see any other tape. That's why, listen very closely, y'all. This is why you got to follow me. This is how you know he's a liar. And only, you got to be a low-down liar to do this. And then he said, the guy asked him an important question in the video. He said, oh, well, didn't they put that in the court? He said, oh, yeah, they have to show it in the court. If they showed that tape in the court, why ain't nobody talking about it? Listen again. This is why you expose liars. When they get caught up in lies, bro, this is why the truth always going to set you free.
So the video should tell the tale then, right?
It always have told the tale. But what they did not expect, they didn't expect that the community and other folks like myself and others would actually say, no, that's not right. So, oh, I know you got a video because I knew that on the 3rd of April. So let me go see that. Let me go see what happened. So I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take.
Now listen to what he says next. So he says, oh, so they had to play that tape in court, right? Which they did. Why? Because that was the tape. That was the tapes that was there at the ISD, the Frisco ISD. Those same tapes, that was public information people could go see. So everybody saw those same tapes that requested to see those tapes. Everybody saw those same blurry tapes. There's no 4K. These people are making up lies. And he used that to make it seem like he went and saw a tape nobody saw, when he had to request permission from the Frisco ISD administration to go see that same tape they played in court. And when this guy asked him, he said, hey, man, well, that means they got to play that tape in court, right? He was like, yeah, they did play it in court. If they played it in court, well, why isn't everybody saying, hey, man, Karmelo got to be set free right now? Because he lied. That's not the tape. The tape he's talking about never existed. He fabricated this story. Listen right now, y'all, and listen very closely to the guy that's videoing. Listen to the question he asked this liar.
The word of people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court? Or?
So listen to what he said. So are they using it for the court? Let me rewind it again.
See what happens. I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take the word of people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court? Or?
Are they using it for the court? Listen one more time, y'all.
Let me go see what happens. I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take the word of the people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
Listen.
So are they using it for the court? Or?
Are they using it for the court? Listen one more time. I want y'all to hear this and then listen to his answer. Listen to this guy's answer. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all this stuff. You can't lie like this. It hurts the case more than it helps.
I'm not even going to take the word of people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court, or are they trying not to?
They don't have no choice.
He said they don't have no choice. Case closed. So everybody saying they had this tape. This man said, he said himself they ain't had no choice but to show it in the court. Bingo. 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 So if they show the tape in the court, why has Karmelo Anthony not been exonerated? Right? Think about what I said to y'all. Think about what I said to y'all. Think about what I said to y'all. People, play it one more time. One more time.
The people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court, or are they trying not to?
They don't have no choice. If they don't want to use that video, they can't have no witnesses.
This dude a liar. Oh, they don't have no choice. If they don't want to use no video, they don't have no witnesses. Boy, this boy is a hell of a liar. But see, you can't get no lie like that past me. See, all these other people are arguing. They're hiding the tape from the court ticket. How can they hide it from the tape when this Bama on your screen said that they're using the tape in the court? They have no choice, or they can't call no witnesses. This is why I try to tell y'all, pay attention to the details, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention to the details.
They don't have no choice. If they don't want to use that video, they can't have no witnesses.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't put Hunter up. You can't put Jeff Metcalf up. You can't put Megan up. You can't put the folks that actually are on the police report, the two that wrote a statement, or the 70-something people on there. Nobody can say they said anything because as soon as they speak, the only thing the defense got to say, do you want to change your statement? You want to retract that? You want to add on to it? And they say no. Roll that beautiful beam footage. Is that you?
Y'all believe this? I try to tell y'all this. Now listen to what else he say. Listen to the next lie he say. This is sad, bro.
Right.
Did you do that?
Right.
Is this what you said? And so it has to be played.
They need to post. Yeah, they need that video, boy. They can give me that video, man. Say, you didn't have no meta glasses on, so you can copy it.
Well, you had people try it.
He said you ain't had no meta glasses on to copy it. Look at him. Oh, they had people try it. What you mean they had people try it? Boy, these people be lying. Boy, I tell you what, man. Boy, these people be lying, man. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to him again. Yeah, you know, they had people try with the meta glasses.
You didn't have no meta glasses on, so you can copy it.
Well, you had people try it. They got kicked out. So, yeah, a couple times. So we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, there's a couple people try.
Do you plan on being here every day?
I'll be here every day. Yeah, since they want to be messing with me, I should have been on the road making my money.
Who's messing with you? Just
that's a whole different moment. No. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a whole.
Now she said, "Who messing with you?" He ain't say nothing. He ain't say who messing with him. She said, "Who messing with you?" He ain't even say it. Why he ain't say who messing with him? Right? Think about what I'm saying to y'all. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. They try and cause confusion within the community, bro. So they send guys like this to lie, to cause an uproar, and then make black people look stupid. And say, nah, that was a lie. Now everybody done got behind a lie, and then they making all the black folks look crazy. Because they so quick to run behind a lie when the truth itself is enough. The actual truth itself is enough. That's the point everybody need to understand. Right? The truth itself is enough. Right? I'm telling y'all what it is. Hold on, y'all. See if we got an update right here. Hold on. I think we might have an update. Hold on one second, you guys. Let me see. Let me see what this update talking about. Hold on, y'all. Well, y'all, so we have closing arguments now, right? And I'm going to give y'all all the closing arguments, right? Hold on, you guys. Now listen to this, right? All right, you guys. Now chat, y'all smash the like button. Share the video. I'm going to show y'all the closing arguments right now. I'm going to show y'all the closing arguments right now. All right? Here's the closing arguments, y'all. And y'all smash the like button, share the video as y'all come on in. I'm going to give y'all the closing arguments right now. That they just, the defense. So all this stuff that dude just said, here's the closing arguments for the defense right now. And let me put this on the screen for you guys so everybody pretty much know, okay? Now let me share this with y'all. Hold on one second, you guys. I want to make sure I get this right with y'all. Hold on, just give me 1 second. All right. All right, so check it out, y'all. Here we go. So the closing arguments is this from Karmelo Anthony's side, okay? This is Karmelo Anthony, you guys. This is his defense team. Their closing arguments say, so the defense began closing arguments. They say that Metcalf, right, Austin Metcalf, had no legal right to put his hands on Karmelo. Now, prosecutor Bill Worski waived the right to begin closing arguments. So the prosecutor doesn't want to begin closing arguments because he wants the people to hear him say the last thing. He want to be able to go after Karmelo's lawyers, right? Now check it out, y'all. So the prosecutor, Bill Worski, he waived the right to begin closing arguments. Y'all smash the like button. We should have over 1,000 likes. So lead defense attorney Mike Howard was the first to address the jury. Leaning into self-defense argument, his lawyer, Karmelo Anthony, Mr. Howard, he said that Austin Metcalf, and I quote, this is a quote, Austin Metcalf had no legal right to use force to eject Karmelo Anthony from that tent. He had no legal right to put his hands on Karmelo. He said, Karmelo is in a public place. Howard asked the jury to put themselves in Karmelo Anthony's shoes, reminding them that it was raining that day. He says, you want to get out of the rain. Sure enough, one of the people at Memorial says, yeah, come on over. I like that closing defense because they need to hammer home. It was raining, and one of the people said, come on in. So that gave him a reason to be in. I like that part right there. Then he says, then all of a sudden, Hunter Metcalf or Austin say, who are you? You need to leave. These guys are much bigger than you. Do you turn your back and walk away and take a chance with these teenage boys with their raging hormones, Howard said? Austin and Hunter had the right to tell Melo to leave, but they did not have the right to use deadly force to make him to leave, Howard said. Melo had an absolute right to defend himself against that. How do you know in a split second of chaos when it's too late? Because if you wait too late to defend yourself, self-defense is meaningless. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Right? He also questioned the bias of the Memorial student witnesses. Defense attorney Mike Howard spoke to the testimony of numerous student witnesses who said Karmelo Anthony was the aggressor and provoked the situation. He said, I know it's obvious, but let me just say it. Every single one was a Memorial kid. We should be on guard for having a bias because, of course, they would. Austin was their leader, Howard said. Now, here's the point. Why didn't he put more people from Karmelo's school over there on the stand? That's the point I have with him. That's the point I had with him. Now, to the person who says light push isn't deadly force, well, he's saying because they're bigger than him, he's saying, hey, man, what would have came next? That's why he said, if my client, and this is how you know that old boy is lying. This guy right here is lying. He's a liar. Closing statements just prove he's a liar. Karmelo Anthony's lawyer just said, man, if Karmelo would have turned his back on them and walked away, what would have happened? This fool said Karmelo turned his back on him 2 times. He lied. Look at Karmelo Anthony's lawyer's quote. He said if Karmelo Anthony would have turned his back and walked away. Now look at this now, y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all. This is how I show y'all this nigga's a liar, right? Let me show y'all this right here, right? This is a quote that he said. This is his quote that I outlined right there on the screen. This is Karmelo Anthony's lawyer. This is why I told y'all that dude was a stone cold liar. His lawyer said in the closing arguments just now, then all of a sudden, Hunter Metcalf or Austin say, who are you? So they didn't even know who he was, right? Remember that dude said that they knew who he was? He's a liar. Now check this out. He said, you need to leave. These guys are much bigger than you. Do you turn your back and walk away and take a chance with these teenage boys with their raging hormones? Howard said, there you go right there. But this guy, he told y'all, this liar right here told y'all, this liar told y'all that Karmelo turned his back on him twice and tried to get away. He lied. Karmelo's own lawyer in court said that Karmelo didn't walk away. Karmelo's own lawyer in court said he didn't walk away. And to the person who said he's using a public defender, that's not true. He's not using a public defender. His lawyer's worth some money. His lawyers is on the Mo 3 murder case coming up. His lawyers are defending what's the rapper's name? Yella Beezy. He ain't got no public defenders. See, this is the lies people put out there. Karmelo Anthony got the same lawyers that Yella Beezy's getting ready to use in the Mo 3 murder case that's coming up. So that's another lie. He's not a public defender. See all the lies people put out on YouTube, y'all? It's easy to debunk all these lies people put out on social media. It's so easy. He got the same lawyer that's doing the Yella Beezy, the Mo 3 murder case. He's defending Yella Beezy, the rapper. Look it up. So stop lying. Why people come on YouTube just lying for no reason, bro? It's sad, man. Yeah, I heard he got a public defender, man. What are you talking about? He got a public defender. That lawyer get ready to do the Mo 3 murder trial. The murder for hire trial. Lord Jesus have mercy. And this is what happens when you get people to come in here and lie. People say, and they lying, talking about he a public defender. He ain't no public defender. He fitting to do the Mo 3. Listen, look it up, y'all. He fitting to defend Yella Beezy, the rapper, in the Mo 3 murder trial. Right? Think about this. He's not telling the truth. He doesn't have a public defender. You're a liar. He has the same lawyer that Yella Beezy has hired. Hold on. Watch this right here, you guys. See, I'm going to eat to this dude. He talking about something. He got a public defender. Y'all are lying y'all ass off. Hold on, man. See, bro, this is what happens when niggas just come on YouTube just lying, man. Hold on, bro. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Chat. Here you go right there. Does Karmelo Anthony have a public defender? No. Karmelo Anthony does not have a public defender. He is represented by a privately retained criminal defense attorney by the name of Mike Howard, and I believe the other guy's name is Toby Shook. Stop this shit, bro. Stop this shit on YouTube, man. He does not have a public defender. You guys are lying. You're lying, sir. You're lying. You are a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. He's privately retained a criminal defense attorney. Why are y'all lying? Why are they lying on YouTube? Right? Their initial application was for a public defender. The court records confirmed that. But the district did not appoint them a public defender. Read it right here. God, bro. I swear to God, people come on YouTube lying, bro. Read it right here, man. I outlined it right there for you guys. Read it right there. Despite the initial application for public defense, the court records, not somebody on YouTube, the court records confirm that the district court did not ultimately appoint a public defender. Instead, his family officially retained Mike Howard, a prominent, highly experienced criminal defense attorney based out of Dallas. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. Y'all didn't come on YouTube just lying to lie. Hey, come on here lying to lie, man. That's sad, bro. In the year of 2020, in the year of 2026, nigga just lying for no reason. And I told y'all about the other man lying talking about, yeah, man, Karmelo, he tried to leave 2 times. That's a lie. Karmelo's own lawyer says right here in the quotes. And just now, the jury's deliberating right now, y'all. We're in jury deliberation right now. The jury is deliberating right now. Look at this. His own lawyer said, hey, man, if he would have walked away and took a chance, what do you think would have happened? Right? Think about this. So how can this guy come out and tell y'all, yeah, man, he tried to get away twice. And they pulled him back in? That's a lie. His own attorney just said in the closing statements, these guys are much bigger than you. Do you turn your back and walk away and take a chance at these teenage boys with their raging hormones? Question mark. Read it. Read it. And no, this is not lies that's in the court. This is lies from niggas out the court. So this can't be used for a mistrial. These are lies that people just telling to go viral. To go viral. That's the lies these people telling to go viral. Period. Think about what I just said. People saying shit that they ain't even provable, ain't even true, bro. This is sad, bro. It's sad, man. It truly is, man. Hold on. Y'all say that the DA is friends with John Metcalf. Hold on. Let me look that up. Hold on. Is the district attorney friends with John Metcalf? Let's see. Says no. It says, I asked, is the district attorney friends with John Metcalf? No, there is no verified evidence or official record indicating that Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis or First Assistant District Attorney Bill Whiskey are personal friends with Austin Metcalf's father, Jeff Metcalf. Rumors regarding a pre-existing friendship or conflict interest between the prosecutors and the Metcalf family stem primarily from online speculation. This narrative has been debunked through the following context. Social media misinformation. The case has generated immense viral attention and a high volume of online misinformation. Local officials, including the Frisco police chief, David Shinson, have explicitly warned public against unverified theories, hate, and division spreading across platforms like X and Facebook. I ain't making no excuses. I'm just reading the screen right here. It's right here on CBS News. It's all over the news. The prior relationship debunked. During the course of the legal proceedings, it was officially clarified and confirmed that the families involved do not know each other, and claims of corrupt or heavily biased personal relationships behind the scenes are false. Standard professional conduct. The district attorney's office maintained that they are prosecuting the case based on strictly evidence such as stadium security footage and eyewitness testimonies from the track meet, rather than personal motivation or external ties. Hold on, let me ask about the picture, because y'all said it's a photo. Hold on, let me see. Let me ask about that. Let's check and see if there's any photo. Hold on. Is there and all right, let's see. Is there a photo of them together? Let's find out right now. No, there is no photo of district attorney and Austin Metcalf's father together. The rumor regarding the photograph stems from a misunderstanding of courtroom testimonies and active online speculation. The actual courtroom photos. During the trial, the defense team did introduce photos of people hanging out at gatherings. However, these were photos of Karmelo Anthony and the key witness, Edwin Power, which the defense used to establish pre-existing social connection between the two. Social media rumors. Online commentators or platforms like Facebook have falsely claimed that photos exist showing Collin County prosecutors or the presiding judge socializing at parties with the victim's family. No such photos have ever been produced, and the court has verified that there are no personal conflicts of interest. Misidentified names. Please note that the victim's father's name is Jeff Metcalf, not John Metcalf. He has strictly appeared in media interviews such as Fox News to speak about his late son. Hold on, let me ask if the photo was AI. Was the photo being spread AI? Yes, it was AI, man. The photo was Photoshop. That's fucked up, man. Oh, boy. It says, yes, the images circulating on social media claiming to show the inside of the courtroom are AI generated, right? And any viral photos of the family are faked and photoshopped. That's sad, man. That's sad, bro. Because the public is, bro, that's just crazy, bro. Hold on, y'all. Let me see this. You said I'm using AI to verify. No, that verifies the photo. They can tell because it has software in it. And when you put the picture in it, it can tell you whether the picture has been AI generated or whether it's a real authentic picture. This is why I told y'all the email right here is real. This is a real email. Everybody thought that email that this guy had was a lie. No, that's a real email. I verified it. That's a real email. The problem is it wasn't for the video he said. It was for the same video, that grainy video that was played in court. So he showed people a real email, but he lied to them because the video he saw wasn't the video he talked about online. So he used that right there to say, yeah, I went and saw the video. They're using it in court now. That's a lie. Blatant lie. And then not only that, he went out and said that, oh, well, he left 2 times and they jumped him. Listen to what he said.
It was more than just a school thing. It was a I don't like you thing.
Right. Okay.
One of them ran track with him, so he definitely liked him because they were beating each other, whatever. But another one actually knew of him.
Okay.
And
he's lying. Hold on.
And be
he's
friends
lying.
with
Listen.
twins and all that.
He's lying.
Okay.
He's lying. So he said they knew of him. Listen to what he said, y'all. Listen to what he said.
You see, they put the locks of his hair that got taken out as well.
Oh, okay. I
Now, he's telling y'all all this, but they took locks out his hair. Man, he ain't say nothing about this in court. This nigga putting D's on this shit. Let's keep going.
to get that.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
Because there's a lot of people on this live. Then
Send me your email.
I will.
I'll send it on to you. You know, I've been doing this thing since last
year.
year.
Now.
Yeah.
I listen to. A lot of people don't know. I listen to everything. Now, I heard something. You said them 4 people, a light bright and a dark.
Yes, sir.
What you mean by that? Light
One
white
mix and one
or dark white?
One
or,
mix, one night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a black
just
dude
been
over there
DC.
with them.
Yeah, 2.
It was a mix and it was a brother.
Yeah, and I think one
So it
more
was a school thing.
I think one more supposed to be there, but he was suspended.
Now, he's saying it was 4 people. Carmelo Anthony's lawyer says right here in the closing. Carmelo Anthony's lawyer said it was just the 2. Carmelo Anthony's lawyer right here, and I have an exact quote from him right here. His lawyer just said right now. His lawyer said right now, right? Read it right here. Right? He said it was Austin and Hunter who approached his son. He said they had the right to tell him to leave, but they didn't have a right to use force. To the person who said there's a video, it says, brother, they played the video in court. The video is grainy. The dude, listen, I need you to understand what I'm saying to you. The dude, he lied. This guy lied. He said that he saw, this guy right here, he said that he saw a 4K video, right? And to prove that he saw this video, he said, yo, I got the email. He showed that email right there. Now, that email was real. But the video he is talking about doesn't exist. He lied and fabricated that for social media views. He lied and fabricated the entire narrative for social media views. So he did see a video. He saw the same video that they played in court, that same grainy video that they have in court. He just lied and threw D's on it and used this email to say, see, here's my proof. I did see the video. They got the video, and then he made a mistake. When the dude asked him, oh, well, they got to play that shit in court then if you saw that in the Frisco ISD. He said, yeah, they got it in court right now. Here it go right here. He said, yeah, man, they got it in court right now. Hold on. He said, yeah, they got it in the court right now, man. Here you go right here.
He's a kid.
So the video should tell the tale then, right?
It always have told the tale. But what they did not expect, they didn't expect that the community and other folks like myself and others would actually say, no, that's not right.
Now listen what he said again.
Oh, yeah, I know you got a video because I knew that on the 3rd of April. So let me go see that. Let me go see what happened.
So
I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take the word of the people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court or are they trying not to?
They don't have no choice.
Are they using it for the court or they trying not to use it? Oh, they ain't got no choice. There is no unedited video. This is the thing people don't understand. It was a lie. This nigga's lying. And then he said, yo, they showed it in court. They never showed that video in court. He's lying. That was no video. He's lying about all of this. That's the part I keep telling people. He's a stone cold liar. He made that whole shit up. That's why I don't understand why black folk listen to this dude. He made that whole story up and lied his ass off. Period. Right? Think about what I'm telling y'all right now. This is crazy work. Right? To the person who said, show the unedited video. Ma'am, there is no unedited video. This is the part you don't understand. There is no unedited video. This guy lied. He fabricated the entire existence of that video. This is what he did, right? He used this email, which was a real email. So he really requested to see that video. The video they had. The video they had is the same video they showed in court. That grainy video where you could barely see people's faces and stuff. But when he came out, he lied and said he saw something he didn't see. And then when people say, man, you lying, you ain't see no video, he showed this email as proof to say, yeah, I did go see the video. He lied. Then when this guy asked him, this guy grilled his ass, and he asked him, he said, yo, did you, he said, if that's the case, man, they got to play that shit in court. He said, yeah, they did play it in court. He lied. They didn't play no shit like that in court.
Of April. So let me go see that. Let me go see what happens.
So
I'm not going to take the word of the people in the community. I'm not even going to take the word of the people at the administration. I want to see it for myself.
So are they using it for the court, or are they trying not to?
They don't have no choice. If they don't want to use that video, they can't have no witnesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
See? They ain't got no choice. He said, are they using that video in the court? He said they ain't got no choice. But everybody else arguing, red ticket, why they ain't using this video in the court? No, this idiot said they were. He lied about the whole story. That's what I keep trying to tell people. You have to listen to what people say. I know you don't want to hear it. Nick at Night, she did not lie. She saw the video. It was blurry. That's the same video they played in court. They played that blurry video. I heard her when she said it. Shout out to Nick at Night. She's the one that's telling the truth. She is respectable. She's honorable. She never said, yo, they hit a tape in court. She never said that. I listened to her stream. I listened to the sister stream. She told the truth. She was in the courtroom. That video she saw is the same video they showed everybody in that courtroom. That's a grainy video. Period. Right? And let me say something else. And I ain't even talking about ChatGPT. I'm telling you what his own lawyer said. His own lawyers debunk everything this nigga said. His lawyers just said in their closing statements that Karmelo did not walk away. This lying ass dude, he said that Karmelo tried to leave twice. He's a liar. Look at the closing statement right here. The closing statement's already happened. The jury's deliberating right now. Now look at this right here. Look right here, you guys. It says, then all of a sudden, Hunter Metcalf or Austin, this is the lawyer for Karmelo Anthony talking in the closing. He says, then all of a sudden, Hunter Metcalf or Austin say, who are you? You need to leave. These guys are much bigger than you. Do you turn your back and walk away and take a chance with these teenage boys with their raging hormones? Howard said. This is what his lawyer said. His lawyer said he didn't even turn around and walk away from him. This lying ass nigga said, oh, I seen the tape. And shit, he tried to leave twice. Listen to what he said.
The game, even if it was just a push, you still assaulted him because it was unwanted by your own. They got some cell phone footage too, but that's where he was filming. He looked directly at him in his camera, and then he went this way to the left. He went down. He fell.
Dude said he tried to
kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
And then later on, he said that Austin threw the bag.
Okay.
Jeff also said the same thing. And so that's them both antagonizing. And we know under Texas law, I just have the fear that you're about to do something to me and you can get up out of here. Yeah, so you don't have to touch me. But at that point, he still stood there and stopped there. And whatever they say alleged was said, you don't know that until they get into it here. But once they did that, they started hitting him. Carmelo actually was able to back out and try to get away. So he was actually trying to get away the first time.
That dude's a liar. He said he tried to get away the first time.
Austin grabbed him, and you can see his hoodie coming out like this, and they brought him back in.
Okay.
And when they brought him back in, that's when you can see Austin put him in a headlock. You can see that all the rest of them are still hitting. That must be when the poke happened, because he was able to get out again. He backed out.
He said he got out again. This is a lie. This is why this is a lie. His lawyer says right here. Read the screen. Read the screen. This dude's a liar. Read the screen. His own lawyer just said right now in open court. This is in open court in his closing testimony. His lawyer name is Mike Howard. Howard asked the jury to put themselves in Carmelo Anthony's shoes, reminding them that it was raining. And I quote, he says, "You want to get out the rain." Sure enough, one of the people at Memorial says, "Yeah, come on over." Then all of a sudden, Hunter Metcalf or Austin say, "Who are you? You need to leave. These guys are much bigger than you. Do you want to turn your back and walk away and take a chance with these teenage boys with their raging hormones?" This fool told y'all in the video, he said, "I seen the video and he left twice. He tried to escape twice." That's a lie. His lawyer just said in the closing statements that this boy never tried to walk away. All that threw a bag, all that nigga threw dubs on all that shit. He's a liar. He threw D's on all that shit for clicks and views. That's the type of shit that ruins a case, man. It's sad, bro. It really is, man. It really is sad, bro. Bro, and I hate cases like this because so many people from both sides throw in bullshit. Like they try to say that Carmelo Anthony's a thug. Where is he a thug at? He's never caused a problem. Never been in a game. Straight A student. Where is he a thug? Show me thug. That's why I tell y'all, when you get cases like this, you got to get all the BS out and just get to the facts. Right? Carmelo Anthony was a good kid, man. He made a decision that he's going to regret because of the outcome and everything that happened, bro. I guarantee you, I don't think he tried to kill that boy. He didn't think he was going to try to kill that boy. Period. Period. And then once I seen that this dude is a sex offender, man, everything he say go out the window. Once I seen that this guy right here is a stone cold sex offender, I said, man, ain't no way, bro. This dude's a sex offender. For life. He says, "I thought Texas doesn't have manslaughter." They do have manslaughter. I told you that. I told y'all that the other day. Y'all told me, they ain't got manslaughter ticket. I said, bro, the judge can get manslaughter if he won't. Y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all think I just be coming here saying anything. I know what the hell I'm talking about. The judge ruled today that the jury can decide on manslaughter for this kid. I told y'all that. But you'll come in here and say, "Hey, man, I thought Texas ain't got manslaughter." I mean, I've been telling y'all this stuff the whole time. I've been telling y'all this. That the judge, he can say, "Yo, I'm going to put manslaughter." People was coming here yesterday. Go back to the video I did yesterday. Everybody was arguing with me about that. "Tiki, you don't know what you talk about, nigga. Down here in Texas, they ain't got manslaughter." Yes, they can. What are you talking about? The judge just ruled that they can use the manslaughter today. Tired of cooking these dudes 3 the hard way. It's too easy. It's too easy. Watch me cook. Watch me cook. Nah, you was asking a question. I'm saying I ain't talking about just you, brother. You ain't got to tell me to calm down. This is my channel, nigga. The hell you talking about calm down, nigga? It's Ticket TV, nigga. We stand up, nigga. What's wrong with you, bro? Talking about Kanye gonna tell me calm down on my channel, nigga. Type time this nigga on. So yeah, like I said to y'all, once again, right? It is what it is. It is what it is. It's right there. So I debunk all BS with facts. That's all I care about is the facts. Because the facts, in my opinion, are enough to prove that Carmelo Anthony did not intentionally try to murder Austin Metcalf. All right. He gonna call me weird for saying the truth. and not one and not taking up for a ex offender out here, brother. Yeah, whatever, man. I ain't waste my time on you no more. Clown. Y'all see this? To the person who says, I know somebody got 35 years of manslaughter, that's not happening in this case. In this case, manslaughter is only up to 20 years. You want me to prove that too? That's to the brother who says, you know, somebody in Houston got 35 years for manslaughter. I'm not saying that it's not true, but I'm saying in this case, sir, it's 2 to 20 years. You can see it right there. A manslaughter conviction will bring a sentence of 2 to 20 years in prison. You want me to keep cooking? You want me to keep cooking? Excuse me, to the person who asked me, did I saw the photos? They said the photos are AI. It's fake. You want me to keep going? I looked that up too. You want me to keep cooking? I looked that up too. Now let's get to what you guys, the prosecution, said in their closing, because I want to see what the prosecution said. Now let's go to the prosecution right here. All right. I only deal with facts on this channel, man. I don't care about nothing else but the facts. You know what I'm saying? Now, here was the prosecution right here, you guys. Right? The prosecution says, as y'all see right here. Oh, shoots, my bad. I ain't got it on the screen. Hold on. Here we go right here. So this is the prosecution's closing arguments, you guys. The prosecution says, you do not get to meet a shove with a stab, especially if you provoke the shove. So they're trying to say, oh, he provoked it, right? Now listen to this, right? And to the person who says the lawyers are trying to fight not to get certain evidence admitted. Bro, you're not listening. Carmelo Anthony's lawyers are not even arguing about that this happened. They're not even Carmelo or listen, they don't have to have any evidence presented. Carmelo Anthony's lawyers is not saying, yo, they punched him, beat him up, beat him down, all this other shit. The Carmelo Anthony's lawyers is not saying, yo, he had bruises on his face, they didn't show. They're not saying any of this. Carmelo Anthony's lawyers are actually just sticking to the facts of the case, and that should be enough. Everybody else, the ones that's throwing D's on this, period. Everybody else throwing D's on this. And don't block people if they got a difference of opinion. I only blocked one dude because he was disrespectful. So it says, right, that the prosecutor's closing argument says you do not get to meet a shove with a stab, especially if you provoke the shove. So he says, after the defense presented its closing arguments, prosecutor Bill Wischke began speaking to the jury and rebutting the self-defense argument. And I quote, he said, this is one of the rare cases where every important fact can be boiled down to one sentence. You don't get to meet a shove with a stab. So they're admitting that Austin Metcalf pushed this kid. They're admitting he pushed him. They're admitting that he pushed that kid, especially if you provoke the shove. Now he's trying to say, oh, he provoked it. See, that's the thing. They're trying to put out here that the kid provoked the shove. How did he provoke the shove when they approached him? They approached him. They approached him and told him to get out when he was invited by a friend. So how did he provoke the shove when they approached him? And they probably told him, yo, man, if you don't get out of here, bro, we're going to throw you out of here. Then he probably said, I'm going to tell you what I think really happened. Let me just cut to the chase. I'm going to tell everybody in this comment section what I think really happened. What I think really happened was this. I think it was raining, and Karmelo seen his boy over there, Eddie. Eddie was like, yo, what's up, man? Come over here. Holler at me, man. Boom. Karmelo goes over there and sits down. When he goes over there and sits down, I believe somebody else went and told the Metcalfs, hey, man, got another guy sitting over here in our tent, man. So the two big Metcalf brothers came over there, walked up on this kid while he was sitting down, and told him, dude, you got to get out of here, dude. Get your ass out of here. What you doing in our tent, man? Get out of here. Right? They kept telling him that shit, right? And he probably was like, man, I ain't going nowhere. And they probably like, dude, if you don't move, we're going to move you. This is what I think happened. Then I think he said, touch me and see what happened. Touch me and see what happened. Then they pushed him and put hands on him. And then I believe that he reached in for the knife, got it, poked the dude, dropped it, and then ran away to the authority. That's exactly what I think happened, man. So when you think about it, how did he start a situation when they approached him? Think about it. That's exactly what I think happened, bro. So they approached him. They told him probably if he wasn't going to move, they was going to remove him. He then probably told him, hey, man, touch me and see what happened, man. Then they probably put their hands on him. As soon as they put their hands on him, he came out with the knife, and boom, we're at where we at today. That's exactly what I think happened. So do I think that Karmelo Anthony provoked the situation? Hell no. Do I think he meant to kill the boy? No. But my whole point is that capping ass dudes like this and other people don't have to lie and make up situations in order to get your point across. That's my whole point, y'all. That's my whole point. You don't have to lie about that shit. Just keep it real. I think it was that simple. I told y'all, in this world we live in, people put D's on everything, man. They nigga put dubs on that shit. People put dubs on a hoopty. Period. Right? Think about what I'm saying to y'all. Think about what I'm saying to everybody. Listen to this video. Right? So I believe Karmelo was invited over there. I just be honest with y'all, man. I believe he was invited over there, bro. By the Eddie kid. And I believe they came up on some shit like, yo, dude, you gonna get out of here, dude. And it's raining, and you trying to throw him out. I believe he's still on his business. It's like, nah, I ain't going nowhere, bro. You talking about something. Right? Period. Nah, I don't think they kept attacking him because he didn't say that. Him nor his lawyer said that. You know what I mean? Simple as that. I think it was that simple, bro. I think it was a situation of bravado. Yo, dude, you ain't gonna sit in our tent, dude. Bravado and potentially mixed in with racism, but I don't know. I can't really say that because I can't prove it. Right? So anyways, his lawyer's going to say, the prosecution, goes on to say in the closing, it says, why didn't Anthony just not walk away? He said, you see, he had a choice to walk away and abandon the encounter. He doesn't have to abandon in Texas. He doesn't have to abandon in Texas. In Texas, he does not have to leave. he literally can stand his ground in Texas, Playboy. In Texas, he does not have to leave. Matter of fact, let's check that out real quick. Let's check that law out real quick. Now check this out, y'all. Because they're in a public place. Remember, they're not at their school. So, hold on. In a public area, can a person demand another person to leave? Is it legal? Let's go. Here you go right here. No. See, I try to tell y'all this, right? No. Didn't I tell y'all this? So that's why his lawyers, bro, I can win this case. I don't even need no cap. I can win this case easy. Look at this, y'all. So in a public area, can a person demand another person to leave? Is it legal? No. An ordinary citizen cannot legally force or order another person to leave a truly public area, right? Right? But anyone is legally allowed to verbally ask or demand somebody leave. So yeah, they can ask you to leave. They can't make you leave. They can't make you leave. They can't force you to leave, and they forced him to leave. They pushed him. Game over. He's in a public area. Remember, they were at a different middle school. That's a public area. Remember, these are public schools. These aren't private areas. This is why I tell y'all, listen to me. I'm going to cook. Just let me cook. Just let me cook. I don't need no lies. I don't need no cap. I don't need to put D's on nothing. The truth always going to set you free. He's in a public area. It's not illegal in a public area to have a knife. And he's in a stand your ground state. Right? Read it right there. Citizen versus citizen in a public space. If you're in a truly public forum, which is what that school was, that's a public school, that's a public forum, such as a town, sidewalk, public park, or government plaza, every citizen has an equal constitutional right to be there. Period. Here we go again. The demand is legal. It is not a crime to tell somebody, get away from me or leave this area. That's free speech. Cool, you're right. But you can't force them to do it. Enforcement is illegal. Period. An ordinary citizen has no legal authority to enforce that demand. The other person is completely free to ignore the request and remain exactly where they are. If the citizen tries to physically push, block, or force the person to leave, they can be arrested for assault or battery. And to the person said making excuses, I'm not making no excuses, sir. I'm telling you the law. See, this is the thing. You guys don't like it on either side. Ron Roberts, it's not about a pick a side, this and the third. I'm giving you the law. The law says if you and me are in a public place, which schools are public, that school is a public area. It's a public school. That was a middle school. It wasn't the other team school. It wasn't the other team school. They were in a public mutual area, right? Right? So the law says that Austin Metcalf and his brother, they can ask him to leave. That's not illegal. But you can't push your hands on somebody and force them to leave. That is illegal. That is illegal. So if the citizen physically pushes, blocks, or forces a person to leave, they can be arrested for assault and battery. Right? Listen. Right? So, hold on. Now watch this right here. I'm going to get deeper into it for you. Because, see, I'm going to show you how to really cook. When you cook, I'm going to show you how to really cook. Game over. Y'all see this? This is how you do this right here. I'm going to tell you this again. Sir, you keep asking this at school, why wouldn't he have a blade? Why Karmelo wouldn't have a blade? You said, why wouldn't he have a blade at a school? Well, actually, they weren't at school. They were at a public event. I mean, they were at a sporting event. But at a school, 200,000 high school students that are bullied per month take a weapon, a knife, or a gun to school for protection. That's why. You got some more questions, sir? And it says, yes, the track, and I asked a specific question for you, sir. Is the track at a public middle school public property? See how I'm breaking this down for you to the molecule? I don't need to use no lie. I don't need to use no lie, sir. I'm going to say it to you again. Listen to what I'm saying to you. The cops already came and said that school policy is not illegal. And guess what? He doesn't go to that school. Now, let me put this up here right now, since you want me to answer that question. Is it against the law in Texas to have a once again, is it against the law in Texas to have a knife at a public track meet? No. It is not against Texas state law to have a standard pocket knife at a public track meet, provided the blade is under 5.5 inches length. They said in the court that the blade was 3.5 inches, sir. Right? Now, it says doing so almost certainly violates school district policy, but we're not talking about school policy here. We're talking about legal law. So he can be expelled from the school, but as far as legally, nope, not in Texas. And that's the thing. These people don't know the law. This is why I try to tell y'all, everybody listen to my video, there's no reason to lie to win this case. The merits of the law by itself wins this case. The law itself wins the case. They've already admitted in court that the blade was 3.5 inches long. So the merits in court alone win this case. Now, here it is again. No, it is not against Texas. Let me see this again. State law to have a standard pocket knife at a public track meet, provided the blade is under 5.5 inches length. However, doing so almost certainly violates school policy. So he could be banned from school. But now let's go down here and look at the Texas law, sir, because this is the one thing. You guys talk about the law and you guys talk about the Constitution, but you don't know the law. And this is why I cook. Y'all gotta let me cook sometimes. I don't want to use no lie to beat you. I don't need PEDs. I don't need performance enhancements to beat you. I can beat you straight up, just off facts and off your own law. Texas Penal Code, the law. Under Texas Penal Code Section 4603, places weapons prohibited. It is a third-degree felony to bring a location-restricted knife into the premises of any school or any school ground sponsored by activity or interscholastic sporting event that is actively taking place. The 5.5-inch rule. Texas law explicitly defines a location-restricted knife as any bladed instrument with a blade length over 5.5 inches. The blade he had was 3.5 inches, sir. Legal statute, sir. If a person carries a pocket knife, folding knife, or utility blade that measures under 5.5 inches, they are not violating state criminal law by having it in a stadium or track meet. Game over, bro. Game over, bro. Game. That's why they're not arguing. Think about this. Austin Metcalf's team isn't even arguing about him having a knife no more. They're trying to say he was the aggressor. They're trying to say, man, he was the aggressor. That's what they're trying to say. Listen to what I said to y'all now, right? Listen to what I said to y'all, right? Now, the school code is different from the law. We're not talking about the school code. We're talking about the law. And that is where the jury gets their instructions. They got to go off the law, man. Now is all boiling down to, did Karmelo Anthony, was he the aggressor or not? And I don't believe he was the aggressor. Think about what I said to y'all. Think about what I said to y'all. Now, you want to keep getting cooked, man? You want to keep getting cooked? I keep cooking you, bro. This is the easy work, brother. Caveman can do it, brother. Right? Caveman can do this, brother. Right? The jury deliberations are on the way, bro. So the jury is deliberating right now. Right? They're deliberating right now. Right? You're not listening to what I'm saying. We're not talking. See, you changing the subject now. See, this is the thing. Now you want to go to aggressive. See, now we're talking different. See, now we're talking different. See, when I told you the law, now you want to switch up your argument, brother. That's y'all's law in Texas. The black man didn't create that law. Y'all created that law. So listen to what I'm saying to you. You got to understand what I'm saying to y'all. Y'all created the law. So the school district rules are different than the law. That's the point you got to realize. The school district rules are different than the law, brother. That's two different rules. Did I cook them good, y'all? Did I cook good on this situation? Did I stir fry them? See, they thought I was just gonna come in here, but no, I'm telling them I don't need no PEDs. I don't need to lie about no video or none of this stuff to cook like I'm a cook. All I'm gonna do is just come show you the law. That's all I'm gonna do. I can win off drinking water. I don't need no creatine. I don't need no PEDs. I don't need none of that. To the brother who keeps saying he shouldn't have had a knife, brother, that is not the question. Because the law says he legally can. That's what the law say. Texas law say that. Look it up. That's Texas law. I didn't make this up. And they confirmed in the court that the blade was 3.5 inches. Right? So now we have to go to who was the aggressor. Well, they already admitted that Austin and the other boy approached this dude. So how could he be the aggressor if they approached him? Sometimes y'all gotta let me cook. You're not listening. School policy don't mean nothing. Only thing school policy do, dog, is control the schools. So he can get expelled from school for that, but it ain't gonna be no legal charges because it wasn't against the law. You're in a court of law. You're not in a court of school. Brother, what are you talking about? This is why I be trying to tell niggas, man, I don't need none of this shit. I don't need no fake photos. I don't need no AI. I don't need no fake videos. I don't need none of that shit. The law is on this side of this young fella. Period. You're not listening. You keep talking about provoke an aggressor. How can you provoke a dude who's aggressive towards you first? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's why Chud the Builder ass sitting in jail right now. Cut it out. What is this guy talking about? All right. Let me see what they say. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, the jury deliberations going on, you guys. So the jury is still deliberating, right? The witnesses didn't cook Karmelo. The witnesses all contradicted each other. Ron Robert. And of course it would happen. They're kids. The witnesses all contradicted each other. You talking about kids, bro. It's an unfortunate situation through and through, man. You know? Like, share, subscribe. I'll holler at y'all when the verdict come out. Just know how bad I cooked this homie, man. And listen, I cooked you because you got to know the law, bro. If you don't know the law, man, what are we talking about, bro? You in Texas, you got to know the Texas law, brother. The law is different from the school district. Just let me give you an example, man. So if you take a knife to school, right? If you take a knife to school that's under 5.5 inches, you can get expelled from school. You can get suspended from school. Guess what? You ain't going to prison. It's not against the law. It's against the school policy. He's in a court of law. I had this up my sleeve the whole time. That's why I tell y'all, let me cook. You don't need to tell no lies about no videos, y'all. We don't need no lies about no photos. We don't need none of that. The truth always gonna stand on business, right? R.I.P. to Mr. Metcalf. Never want to see that happen to no young kid. I don't. But I'm not no idiot. Mama ain't raised no fool. That's facts. That's facts. You said, was Karmelo smart enough to know what he was getting himself into? I ain't gonna answer that question, brother. What you mean, was he smart enough? He said all he did was sit down under a tent when it was raining. Would you have kicked a black? Let me ask you this question, Robert. Would you have kicked a black man out of a tent, a black kid out of a tent when it was pouring down raining? Outside, would you have kicked a black kid out of a tent? One black kid, would you have kicked him out of the tent? I'm asking you that question. Robert, would you have told one black kid that was sitting under a tent that's yours when it was raining to get out the tent? Y'all listen to his answer, y'all. Watch his answer, y'all. And salute to whoever just sent that donation to the Cash App, too. Somebody just sent me $200 in the Cash App. Salute to you. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Jessica Branch, I appreciate you. $200 donation in the Cash App. She says, great way of breaking down things, Tiki. Salute to you, sister. Hold on. What did he say? He didn't answer the question. He didn't answer the question, man. Hey, bro, Ron Roberts, I'm gonna ask you a question, dog. Don't get talk now. Okay, so Ron Roberts, you said you would let him stay. Case closed. Case closed. Case closed. You would have let him stay. What are we arguing about? You would have let a black kid stay in a tent when it's pouring down raining outside. They tried to throw him out of the tent. Game over, bro. So even you say you would have let him stay. But you questioning the black man. Come on, brother. Like, share, subscribe, man. This is how you cook. This is how you cook. When you eat the something, this is how you eat the right here. I see y'all when the verdict come out, man.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.